what kind of advice would you give for kind of up and coming artists or producers? Would you say create your own sound or do what's current at the moment and carry on working non-stop? What kind of advice would you give to up and coming artists and producers?
Um, if you're a singer, vocalist, or an MC, I think again, it's always good to really study your craft and know what's gone before you, because that's
Mhm.
you can only move it forward unless you know what's been done in a
Yeah.
sense. I think for an artist, I think the live performance element is really important these days. I know it can be quite a barrier for people initially, but I think it helps in their confidence in performing to people. I think the live performance is such a part of an artist's repertoire now, and also financially, for financial stability. You talk to many artists, they get their money from gigs, and I think if you want to monetize it and change, turn it from a hobby and a passion to a future career, then the live performance side is a big part
Mm.
of. If you're a producer, um, again, I mean, I'd say it's collaborating with people and take advantage. I mean, if you're like a bedroom producer and you're just starting out, for example, take advantage of the YouTube channels and all of the tutorials. I mean, there's stuff out there now where you can get Logic beginners, intermediate, advanced. These are courses that back in the day you'd pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds for, and obviously you can still go to those classes and study them at uni or whatever, or workshops. But you can get free tuitions, and more than that, if you then progress to think, okay, I can make beats, but I want to learn the recording process of an artist, type it in. I mean, you can get from the most legendary Timberland, like you can actually, it's almost like you're the intern in the studio. That back in the day, an intern would be there just leaning against the wall, watching and observing. You could
Yeah.
do that in your house for free and pick up all those little nuggets, So I think I'd suggest that as a producer. I think for everyone, whatever discipline, also try and surround yourself where you can. I know it's not easy at first, but try and surround yourself with people who are more experienced than you and are either sort of not succeeding, but somebody who you may consider further down the line than you, because that's
Mm.
how you get better, by surrounding yourself by people with more experience. And it can be quite humbling at first, but that's how you progress, and don't be afraid to ask for help as well. If you can make contacts, going back to our story, 1 in 5, even more than that, will always help you, and if you can get a mentor in that field to
Hmm.
get feedback from. I think feedback's really important, and I've always said that in any discipline. I see people on radio, community radio stations, talented, and you hear their show 5 years ago, then you hear it now, and some have progressed, and some it still sounds the same. And the difference between that is the people that progressed got that feedback either from people who could give them that experience versus maybe they're just their mates and their friends, which they're saying, oh yeah, good show, with loads of interaction, but that won't really break down where and the elements where you can improve. And I think getting that feedback from people who understand that world is really important. Um, and the biggest thing I say to everybody, regardless of field, is just enjoy your craft as
Mm.
well. And wherever, radio presenter, guitarist, rapper, singer, it's going to be, if you're trying to make it, as a career, it will be a rocky journey at times. It'll be a stressful journey at times. Behind the scenes of the Hip Hop Orchestra Review, all the stuff that people see and the wonderful content, but you and I are talking about studio bookings and availability and budgets, and there's a boring side to our worlds. But the thing that keeps you going, I'm sure, is
Mm.
because you love what you do.
I do, big time.
Those are the things that will wake you up in the morning and say, you know what, it's going to be a busy day today, but I know what I'm in this for. And I think that is always your anchor. And I think when you
Definitely.
get busy, or you hit hurdles, or you hit brick walls, or someone closes the door, in order for you to have that resilience, it's always reminding yourself why you're in it. And I think just having that passion for your craft is the key. And be proud of what you're doing. The biggest phrase that I really dislike, that is when I hear, oh, I'm trying to get into the industry or make it, so to speak. And you could be a guitarist putting their first YouTube cover version on YouTube tonight. At that point, I'd say, welcome. You are now part of the industry. You know, there's days of sort of just waiting for a major label or a major radio station to open a door for you. Obviously, those things can be exciting, but actually, we're all creators. You know, this has been like this now for 15 years. Probably going back to Soulja Boy when he hit a million posting his YouTube stuff, and the template. You can do it, you know, and you can do it off your own steam, off your own back. So be proud. You're not just a person that does cover versions. You do cover versions, you know, and be proud of what you're doing and enjoy that journey. Because when in 15 years' time, when you're world famous, you'll look back and you think, oh my God, I had such a good time doing that. It's really important to enjoy the journey as well. This is all stepping stones. And if you're always just completely focusing on the next thing and sort of stress, I know people want to obviously make careers and monetize it at times, which is, you know, is important, but you got to enjoy that journey as well, you know.
100%. I couldn't agree more. Everything you said there is literally bang on with it, and I can't agree more. And that's why I got such a huge love for you, because for someone who is in the industry and doing such fantastic work, you've always taken the time to give me advice or taking the time to see me. And now on a Sunday, like doing a podcast with me. So I can't thank you enough for doing that. Thank you.
Your family, man.
You're family to me.
Hip Hop Orchestra was on its own trajectory. I was just on the sidelines.
Yeah.